Alright, we all know what's gonna happen with the last one. Ready? We're cutting that out. Brussels sprouts, probably my death row vegetable. It's high in fiber content, it has a beautiful nuttiness, and I could never get tired of it. For me, there's no incorrect way to cook it. I like them boiled, I like them seared, I like them in the oven. The rule for Brussels sprouts is, the longer you cook it, the more they taste like cabbage. And the shorter you cook it, for instance, a raw salad, they taste like Brussels sprouts. So depending on how much you like the taste of Brussels sprouts, that determines your cooking method. So today, we're gonna cook in a cast iron pan with a bit of smoked pancetta. Very quick and very simple, and they will taste like sprouts. So while we prep the sprouts, we're gonna preheat the cast iron pan and we prep the sprouts. Because we're gonna cook them fast, I would quarter them. But if you were gonna cook them slow, I would keep them whole. Again, it depends on how you like your sprouts. The finer they are, the faster they cook. So if you want them to cook in 30 seconds, grate them. I once got home really drunk and really hungry. And I opened my fridge and I wanted to know what I could eat or what I could cook. And I only had Brussels sprouts. So I spent the night doing tricks with my knife and Brussels sprouts. That could have been a disaster. But the essence was, you lay your knife like this and you aim and throw. That was a bad one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Short of practice nowadays. Now that your pan is getting hot, vegetable oil in, or any high smoke point oil, and pancetta in. I mean, there are better ways to render fat from smoked pancetta, but this is a quick side dish. I wouldn't bother. If you really want to go the extra mile, you can add water to the pancetta and boil them slowly, so they render their fat out fully, and then they start to caramelize. But today, we're doing the lazy way. Alright, we all know what's gonna happen with the last one. Ready? We're cutting that out. You can smell the porky goodness. We move them around a little bit to help the fat render more and help the bacon brown a bit. I really thought the tomato was gonna get me, but no, it's bacon fat. So, as you can see, the bacon fat has rendered out so beautifully and the bacon has browned. So much so that I would actually take off a bit of the excess fat just because we don't need it. Now, Brussels sprouts in. You want them to form one layer as much as possible, so to not to crowd the pan, and you don't want to move them too much in the beginning, just so they get the perfect amount of browning before you toss them a bit. The beauty of taking fat out is you can always second guess yourself and regret and add some back in. So the pancetta is actually salted. So I wouldn't salt it right now. I would taste at the very end and season accordingly. But you can always add some black pepper though. Needs a bit of salt. Maybe even a bit more black pepper. Maybe even a bit more fat. At least I had fun with it. Some sides are beautifully brown. I would say 20 seconds more and we're there. For me, this is perfect. stove off. And now we can plate. This is a side dish portion for one. Of course, you add a bit of bacon goodness on top. And a bit of lemon juice. The reason why I'm adding it at the very end after plating is you don't want to introduce too much acid to your cast iron pans. So, tiny wedge, lemon juice, and if I had a real unwaxed lemon, I would have added a bit of lemon zest. But I think nowadays, my conspiracy theory is most unwaxed lemon you buy from supermarkets are waxed. So, maybe next time. But there you have it. My death row vegetable. Brussels sprouts with a bit of bacon, a bit of salt, and a dash of lemon juice. I hope you enjoy.